Hello everyone, it's me Evan, and welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to be looking at another ship. This is my most recent build, the Scorpion. Now this ship is pretty light. That does make it pretty fast though. Comes in at exactly 6,000 PCU. To put that into perspective, my Grub right here, the Grub Mark II. This sucker is actually worth more PCU by like a little more than a single interior turret. And this thing's actually got a lot of interior turrets on it. It's got like 8 of them, so this one's got a lot more blocks just going on generally. In this one, it spends a lot more of its PCU on turrets. Still having 5 main turrets, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? This has got 5, except for they're all artillery in what is probably a very inflexible loadout here. I might go back and change some of them to assault cannons later. We'll see. But anyhow, yeah, that one has less PCU between the two of them, and you wouldn't know it looking at it. But yeah, let's get a little, get a nice little look at the outside of the ship. There's a lot of things that I would have done with the ship had I not been adhering to a pretty strict PCU limit for just a little build challenge me and a friend were doing. But I think it came, the ship looks kind of cool. It's based on the Falling Frontiers. That's an upcoming space strategy game. Super cool designs. Very cool concepts, but this is based on, I think, the sort of cover ship for the game, which is, I believe, a cruiser, or maybe a destroyer. No, it's a destroyer. It's a destroyer, but it's got like this cool engine ring, and a big ol' engine. Of course, it's not a hydrogen engine; it's more of a fusion drive, like in the Expanse. But anyhow, that's neither here nor there. Let's take a look at the inside before I start rambling on. It's a vertically oriented ship, so gravity goes down. That's a dumb sentence. Okay, here's your command chair. Might change the color of these screens before I put it out on the workshop, but and load this locker. Let's go to the crew quarters. If we go up here and go through here, you can see we've got a nice little bunk room here, 4 beds, using the new interior blocks, which are super cool, like these half beds. Super nice. They make bunk rooms on small ships really convenient. This is a really cool crate. One of the new ones. Got some stuff in there. A bathroom. I know, no door, horrifying. But maintenance access here, forward maintenance. It's a little tight, but you can get to a lot of the thrusters in the forward section this way. And then let's go down. And then if we go from here, this room's a little empty. It had some furnishings on the sides, but it pushed it over PCU budget, so nope. So now we're going down here to engineering. All the decks are fully sealed, so that's good. We've got our main reactor here. Because the ship is kind of small and doesn't have any railguns on it, it is a small reactor, as you can see. Little heat vents and stuff. There's some decoration. These make great decoration because they are 1 PCU. And of course our gravity gen here. We got a little landing here, but down here we've got barrels. I like the barrels, they're fun. Assembler access, think this is where I store ammo in these two mostly, because they're kind of back away from the scary stuff. Yeah, and down here we've got our second survival kit, because the other one's up in the crew quarters. So this one's obviously going to stay around for a lot longer in a fight. But yeah, lots of little, lots of grindable shelving. So you can just take all this stuff off the shelves and just jam them into here and deconstruct them all or whatever to get raw materials out of it if you need. Super cool little engineering section down here. Behind this, I'll actually show you on a copy. I'll do a cross section for you guys. And then get rid of that. So you can see here's all of our decks here. There's the crew quarters, the bridge. One of the really cool things is you can actually see how the paneling is part of the floor, the next floor, because of the new LCD blocks. Like, it's actually just composed as part of the floor up here, so that's kind of neat. If we go further down, you can see our reactor room, engineering, and then back behind that is our main hydrogen tank. It's a good bit of armor around it. Still pretty vulnerable from the side though. Gets taken out a fair bit, especially by like railguns. Yeah, railguns really do this ship in a quite spectacular fashion. It's really something to watch, because obviously it's not very big and it's not dense like the Grub, so it really can't stop a lot. Yeah, let's take another like deeper cut from up here. Just in this front section here. So you can see not really a lot going on upstairs, or up front really. Upstairs if you look at it from this way. But underneath each turret we do have a small magazine, sort of just right under the turret. And people might say, hey, that's just going to explode, and well, it does, but the idea is it won't explode too much, so it's fine. Yeah, with no central storage, the ammo is kind of around places, so you never know what you're going to find when you start poking holes in this thing. Yeah, so that's the ship. That's the Scorpion. I'll be putting this on the workshop with a few little modifications here and there to make it a little more serviceable, but overall it's just pretty light, and it's mostly here because it looks cool. But I'm still really happy with it. It's quite fast too. Let me take it for a spin just to show you guys. Pretty decent acceleration. Obviously the maneuvering thrust is not immense. You know, I think it's 4 smalls per side, and I believe you get a little more than that up. Yeah, you get 5 on the bottom. So this is not going to be executing any spin to win kind of stuff, but considering that it's based on a upcoming franchise that prides itself on sort of that more hard sci-fi look at things, it makes sense. But yeah, just a little guy. I think the drive section looks super cool. I'm really happy with how that turned out. But yeah, the gyroscopes are pretty nimble too. This thing turns nice and quick. It helps that it isn't very heavy. So yeah, that's it. I'll have a link to the Motto page in the description. So be sure to check that out, I guess. And yeah, see you around.